Yeah, you're on. Okay guys, welcome back to another episode. Bit of a touchy-feely one, this one, for all the big softies out there. I know it's a fishing channel, but every now and then you need an episode or two which pulls on the heartstrings, as this one does. So, long story short, I'm down the rocks the other day with a good mate of mine, Lockie from across the road. We're trying to catch some groper and some drummer. Not really getting a lot. We got a couple little fish. I've got him. What is that? Brim. Taiwan, is it Taiwan or brim?
It's a snapper, really.
Not what we're after though.
Yeah. It's just
On crab?
Yeah. On half crab.
Righto, so we've given up the groper. Got towed up time, just come for a quick spin. Lockie, third cast. Nice tailor. Woo-hoo. Well done, champ. But not what we're actually after. Lockie's looking around for some bait, give you a bit of a yell from a rock pool. He spotted an octopus. I don't know whether anyone... How's the missus? This is my big moment. Anyway, so I don't know whether anyone out there of you has seen it yet, and if you haven't, I thoroughly recommend going to have a look. It's a docu-film called My Octopus Teacher. I saw it with the missus, and yep, it's a really, really good show. Worth having a look. You'll probably come away from it, as I did, looking at an octopus in a completely different light. All I used to view them as was just bait, great jewfish bait. But the other day, I'm on the rocks with my mate Lockie, came across an octopus, and this happened. When I first saw her, she appeared as a single bright white eye peering out under the water next to a crevice in the rock pool. I had the GoPro on an extension pole and I carefully placed it under the water and slowly moved it toward her. But as I expected, this seemed to scare her and she moved further into the crevice, protecting herself with one of her long arms. Trying not to spook her, I kept the GoPro steady, and slowly she inched out of the hole until I could see two bright white eyes staring at me. I noticed that she still kept most of her arms deep within the crevice, holding on tightly so she could pull herself back in an instant. All of a sudden, she grabbed the GoPro and started trying to pull it into the crevice. I pulled the GoPro out of the rock pool in order not to scare her. But when I put it back in, she again returned to the safety of her crevice. I gently put the GoPro just underneath the surface of the water and held it a little closer this time to the opening of the crevice she was hiding in. I noticed that she again appeared scared, so I held the GoPro very steady and waited. She seemed to be staring at me, contemplating what to do next, and then, amazingly, and ever so slowly, one of those long arms came out from underneath her, gently grabbed the back of the GoPro, and started to pull it toward her again. She seemed to be fascinated by the red light on the front of the camera. Yet she remained scared enough to keep a number of her legs within her cave so that she could pull herself back in an instant. I was amazed at the strength she exerted when she tried to pull the camera with her. After a while of this little tug of war, She seemed content to remain outside her cave. No longer was she scared of me or the camera. After some more tug of war, I was surprised to realise that she'd given up on the camera and had suddenly taken a liking to my finger. Here I was, finding myself connected to an octopus of its own free will. I even got a complimentary squirt, which I know sounds rude, but in octopus sense, it was very endearing. She seemed now content to stay close to the water's edge and play, not with the camera anymore, but with me. We shared the moment for a little while longer, but the tide was coming in and I had to get back across the rocks. So we had one last little handshake, and then I bid her farewell and wished her all the best.